We're doing the 80s. Today I brought out all of my favorite 80s Barbies. I might not include yours, and that's okay. We all have different opinions. Tell me what your favorite 80s Barbies are. Let everyone know in the comments. The 80s were pretty wild with Barbie. This was really the beginning of the pink box era. Yeah, that started with Superstar. But throughout the 80s, she really went wild with themes, with lines. This was a whole new era. Back in the 60s and 70s, whenever you bought a Barbie, she came in a swimsuit typically, and you bought the clothes separately. Everything changed. You got a doll styled for this specific outfit. You had friends that went with that doll typically, all styled within the same theme. You would start to get different vehicles that would go with that theme, whatever, different outfits that would all be themed with that line, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm gonna bring out my favorites, so let's start it right now. Great Shape Barbie is spectacular. Look at these leggings. Look at this Jane Fonda getup. She's really living our 80s workout fantasy. You probably remember this was the Barbie they picked for the Toy Story movies. And yeah, they did do an updated version of this doll for Toy Story, but she's not nearly as good as this one. I'm gonna be real there. The original 83 Great Shape Barbie is pretty spectacular. She's super cool. She is very much of that Jane Fonda workout era. Working out and looking great as you did was a big deal at that time. And look at her. It's perfect. This doll, this was probably one of my earliest vintage dolls I bought, and she's still one of my favorites. She is just that cute, that cool. I love Great Shape Barbie. Next. Now, keeping in with that workout theme, with looking great as you exercised, we go to Barbie and the All-Stars. This is a lot of people's favorite line from the 80s. You can pretty much see why. Similar idea to Great Shape Barbie, a little bit wilder. Hair is definitely wilder. Lots of crimps and curls.
Give me a fucking break.
Now, kind of weirdly, I would say, these are actually kind of some of the most expensive 80s Barbies you can find right now in the box. I remember looking around for one. I was gonna do a giveaway and thinking, whoa, this, what is going on here with these prices? And I think it's pretty cool that workout attire was so chic that it made its way to Barbie and became such a big thing. I love Barbie and the All-Stars. The whole line is awesome, but we have a lot more 80s Barbies to cover. Next. Now we get to Western Barbie and Ken and Skipper. And now, as I recall saying in my last video, 80s and 90s Barbie lovers really enjoy a cowboy look, and I am no different. I do enjoy one myself. And as you can see, Barbie here is she's a little messed up in the face. And that's because she came with a winking mechanism. She would wink at you, but over time, that mechanism sort of deteriorated on pretty much all of these dolls. So she just has this expression of kind of like she's had a few too many, but that's okay because her outfit is just absolutely out of this world. Everyone agrees with me on that. That's not something that's up for debate. And actually all three of these look pretty great. Skipper has got a new face mold, and some people don't like this, but I think she's pretty cute. I do. And, you know, if you don't want your Barbie to look a little wackadoo like this, they did make a European version where they did not include that mechanism. And so if you look for that, you won't have to deal with her and whatever sort of drama she may be causing in your lap. But you know, this wasn't the only Western line from the 80s. There's another one that's for all you horse girls out there, and you know who you are. I'm gonna grab her right now. Okay, here we go. Now, we have horse-loving Barbie, Ken, and Skipper. As you can see, this is very much like Western Barbie, Ken, and Skipper, but they got more of, they're really more out on the ranch this time. They're not playing to a big crowd. They're really getting some work done here. And if you're uncomfortable with the way that I'm speaking, don't worry, because it'll be over soon once I'm finished talking about these three. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I just sort of can't help myself. I am from Oklahoma and Texas originally, if you're wondering why I'm such a master at doing this. They took away the winking mechanism. She looks really great. She's in fur. They're all in fur. They're actually all dressed exactly alike, which is a little bit strange, I'll admit. If they were going to go out together, you'd think maybe they were a part of a show or something, but I don't think they are. They're dressed identically, and they're going to go do their work that way. And there's also a couple of horses that came with this too, as you can imagine. Let me see the box here. There's Dallas and Honey. Dallas and Honey came here too. So they could definitely get their ride on while they were doing this. So let's give it up for horse loving Barbie, Ken, and Skipper. If you like cowboys in your Barbie collection, y'all should grab these. Next. Once I start talking like that, I just can't stop, y'all. It is addictive, but okay, here I go. Here, all right, I'm no longer Southern. Here I am. It's me, and it's Black Barbie. This was the first time Barbie herself was African American. She's beautiful. She looks amazing. Look at this outfit. This was Kitty Black Perkins. If you are a Barbie fan, you know that designer. She also did another big piece that we're gonna go over pretty soon. But really, this doll is iconic. Black Barbie was a major deal. She's still one of the most iconic Barbies in history. She looks amazing. She's got an afro, she's got a comb, a pick, wraparound dress here. You can snap off at the waist. And the thing is, they're not even as expensive as some of those Barbie and the All-Stars dolls I've seen. And this is totally more iconic and something, like I said, you have to have. I'm kidding. You don't have to have one, but you really should. Next. This line is called Cool Times, and it really makes me think of just times at the mall, at the food court. There's a lot of food theming happening here. I'm gonna zoom over these so you get a better look. And I'm not sure why exactly. All I can think about is the mall, being that there's like a pogo stick, a scooter, a jump rope. There's also like burger themed stuff, and I don't really know, but it's cool times is what they're having. They're having very cool times here. They're all dressed very wild, and there's a lot of stripes and patterns happening with other polka dots and neons and things of that sort. If I had to pin down exactly what the theme of Cool Times, Barbie, and Friends is, I can't, but I will say it is very 80s. It's very fun, and it makes me think of a mall food court. So that's where I'm landing with this one. And the Cool Times line is not that expensive either. You can find these pretty easily. And there is a Christie. You guys know Christie is my favorite. They put her in purple and yellow and black and white stripes. And no matter what, she always looks great. I love Christie. And if there's a Christie in the line, I probably want to have it. Next. Now, in 1983, Sally Ride became the first American woman in outer space. So Mattel thought it would be a good idea to resurrect their iconic 1965 Miss Astronaut into something new. So they did a few test groups, focus groups with kids, and it turns out kids were afraid of space. They had a fear of outer space. So they came up with a more fantastical design. And we have something like this, where Barbie is actually in a skirt walking on the moon. She's incredible. But something interesting also happened. Just before the International Toy Fair, when this line was supposed to premiere, the Challenger space shuttle broke apart on live television, and so Astronaut Barbie and all of her related ads were pulled. Yet somehow, she still found an audience in stores, and we still have her today. Along with all of Carol Spencer's Astro fashions that came with this line. I got all of them right here to show you too. And this is one of the main reasons why I personally love Astronaut Barbie. I mean, I love that she's an astronaut and the whole story behind it, but look at these outfits. I'm gonna go through them one by one. A lot of people don't even know that these exist, but just like, eat your fucking heart out. Like, look at this. One. And another. Amazing. And another. One of my favorites here. Look at that. Like, come on. And another. I mean, really, just these Astro fashions alone are a great reason to get Astronaut Barbie. Obviously, you could put any Barbie in these clothes, but come on. This is the African-American version. The Caucasian version just has the superstar face. She's gorgeous. Astronaut Barbie is one of the most iconic Barbies from the 80s, even after all that happened. And yeah, I love her. Next. Day to Night Barbie is one that every Barbie collector is aware of. It's a Kitty Black Perkins design. This is a very iconic piece because this is Barbie at work, and not only having a career, but a nightlife afterward. This outfit converts into a cute dress there. Everybody loves Day to Night Barbie. They've made a repro of this before. She's just very popular. There's a Day to Night Ken here. There's an African-American version. Not much to write home about Ken, I'll be real there. But Barbie is pretty fabulous, I'll admit. This is a great one. She was in the Barbie movie. It's a great 80s piece to have in your collection. But I'm gonna bring out another one that is just as iconic right now. Peaches and Cream Barbie is, if I had to guess, I would say this is half of everyone's favorite 80s Barbie. It's pretty, it's ridiculous. There is so much chiffon just going nuts on this doll, and you can see why kids wanted to play with this. I mean, she's just that over the top. And, you know, she's glamorous. And she's not a holiday doll, anything like that. This is just Barbie really glamming it up and really going out there. They did make a repro of this. It's exactly the same. You know, I think actually at this point, getting an original in the box is probably around the same price as getting the repro. In some cases, the repros are even more, which makes zero sense to me, but whatever. I mean, I'm a vintage guy. If I can get the vintage one, I want the vintage one. And, you know, obviously I got it. Next. We have reached animal loving Barbie and Ken here. Ken, you can see, was another one from Toy Story in a very cute animal print getup here. Same with Barbie. This was more for you zoo kids out there. I was into the zoo. I loved animals. I loved anything related to animals. And this lineup came with additional animals like a giraffe and a zebra and a doll named Nikki. Now, technically, this is, I would say both of these looks are actually maybe a little tacky, but in a very good, in a very fun way. I like both of these. I think they're really cool. This was a pretty popular line, and a lot of these were sold. Next. Okay, we really only have time for one more. There are other ones, other music groups, other lines I want to include, but there's just not time. The next line is so big, so popular, and there's so many pieces in it that I just have to get to it right now. So, let's bring them out. So I'm not gonna go that deep into this story because a lot of you guys know it. Hasbro was making a line called Jim and the Holograms. Mattel got wind of it. They were a line of Rockstar dolls. The Jim and the Hologram dolls had different colored hair and stuff, but they weren't shaped like Barbie. And I mean, I don't want to talk shit about Jim and the Holograms, but those Hasbro dolls were not as nice as Barbie. Before Hasbro could release Jim and the Holograms, Mattel went wild and released their own series of Rockstar dolls before Jim could come out. And they were a major hit. So I'm gonna start bringing all of the Barbie and the Rockers dolls out one by one, the accessories. This is maybe the most fun line from the 80s. This is one that every Barbie collector knows. There are a lot of these, and I'm gonna bring them out one at a time. Here we go. Barbie. Check out Barbie's look here. This crazy makeup, neon pink. There were 5 in the original line. We have Barbie, we have Dee Dee, Dana. This is one of my favorites. I love orange and blue, anything. Diva. Crazy wild coat here. And finally, Derek. These aren't really like the most rock star sounding names, I will tell you, but the look is pretty great. Now this was the first version, the first edition of Barbie and the Rockers. I'm now gonna bring out the second edition. There were 6 in the second edition of Barbie and the Rockers. Here is Barbie, looking great. Let me get a shot of the back of the box. You get a shot of them all together here. Derek in gold, Dana, Diva, Dee Dee, new one, orange and blue, and Ken came around. Ken is definitely the craziest of the males in this lineup. He is dressed for a 80s concert in outer space. Very cool. This isn't all that came with Barbie and the Rockers. I'm a big Barbie and the Rockers fan, so I'm gonna start bringing out the rest of it. Just check it out. We have a rock concert set up. Instruments, stage, you get it. A rockin' house party. Now, if this isn't awesome, I don't know what is. Rockstar lifestyle. Super cool. A dance cafe. So you can, you know, eat and dance and what have you. Makes sense. And the hot rockin' stage. Just a bigger version of the rock concert. You actually get a stage here, more instruments, cameras, so you're ready to go live on television. Okay, you guys, that was the 80s. I didn't get to show everything that I really wanted. And you know, I also did not cover any disco dolls because honestly, that's just kind of another video. Yeah, disco, there were a few disco dolls that came out in the very early 80s that I think I want to cover at another time. There were also a couple more music groups, the first holiday Barbie. I mean, there's other shit I could have included, but really, there's only so much time I have. Thank you so much for joining me for this video again. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. The next video I'm gonna go back a little further in time, and it's gonna be really good. I'm really into the next one. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much.